Matter is defined as anything that has mass and takes up space by having volume. Diffusion is the movement of particles from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration, resulting in the net movement of a substance. This is Raina CS Cat Grade 8. Today, I'm going to do my Science PBA4, CLE and TLE Quarter 2 exam. Sun-printed textile. Here are the materials: fabric, paint, bottle spray, nature materials, non-porous material like this mat, cardboard, strings, sewing materials, scissors, stapler, paint, paintbrush, and paint plate. This was the first method I used. I cut a fabric measuring 40 by 40 centimeters. I also cut cardboard with the same size as it. I glued each corner with a stapler. I wet the fabric with a spray bottle. I made sure the water put in it was just right. Using our old house paint purple, I painted them with a width of 4 centimeters each. I then painted with yellow acrylic paint. I alternately painted them until I had filled the entire fabric. I sprayed the fabric with a spray bottle whenever it dried a bit. I retouched the paints to make sure they were properly placed. I put the leaves I picked from the garden one by one. With each placement, I made sure I was pressing it. I filled the fabric with different leaves with different sizes. I immediately heated up my first project in the vertical sun. After 30 minutes, I sprayed it. I made sure all surfaces were dampened with water spray. I put it in the shade after 2 hours. Here is my second method! I soaked the fabric in the basin with water. I washed it and turned it upside down. I carefully pinched it to avoid creasing. I shaped it like a handkerchief while squeezing. I made sure there was no water to squeeze after. I laid it flat on mat. Using red and green acrylic paints, I placed them in different containers. I followed the 1:1 ratio.
Yeah, 1:1.
Using the paintbrush, I mixed the water and paint well. I smeared green first and then red. I placed the leaves and flowers I had picked one by one.
Careful.
Then I sandbagged it as well. Every after 20 minutes, I checked it.
Okay.
After 30 minutes, I noticed the fading of leaves and flowers. I went back to my previous project and fitted it with larger leaves. I immediately brought it up again. I sprinkled my second project after 30 minutes. I moved it around where there was sunlight. After 1.5 hours, I sheltered them. This is my first sound printed textile. It's a handkerchief. Time to take off the nature materials. Diffusion is the net passive movement of molecules or particles from regions of higher to regions of lower concentration. Remember that atoms and molecules will diffuse in all directions and are constantly moving.
Ito maliliit.
It does not require additional energy when the substance is diffusing in water.
Wow!
Ganda. According to David H. Nguyen in Biological Organisms,
That's the artist.
diffusion often
The mint.
occurs across a semi-permeable
Pipicos.
membrane,
Pipicos?
a filter that only allows certain things to freely pass through it.
Cucurita, mean, cucurita,
The two main types of diffusion are passive diffusion and facilitated diffusion. The two main types of osmosis are regular osmosis and chemiosmosis.
It got its shape. I know.
Wow! Beautiful.
Yung katas niya,
In general, the rate of diffusion in liquid is higher than that of solids. Diffusion is an important part of many biological and chemical processes.
One observation, Ren, I think those leaves or nature materials that has an impact in here are those with like soft, what do we call that? Soft texture, like this, this one,
Oh,
this
yeah.
one,
You can-
and this.
In biological systems, diffusion happens at every moment across membranes in every cell as well as through the body. For example, oxygen is at a higher concentration inside arteries and arterioles when compared with the oxygen levels in actively respiring cells.
Awesome!
See what happens. So somehow,
Ganda, flower.
yay! Nalilipid din siya. Oops, careful, careful.
Oh, dapat pag ganun.
Oh, so the what? Wow.
Galing.
So yun yung nangyari. The mat absorbed the things.
I decided to make this a mini handbag so that I can use it frequently. So this is how I will stitch it. There. This will be the opening. Time to stitch.
I thought of making this sun-printed fabric a sling bag. Because Christmas is coming soon, I chose the colors red and green. Using the red thread, I sewn around it.
Safety pins also supported each side before I sew.
So, I'm also sewing mine. This is a handkerchief. Our first handmade or handmade and homemade handkerchief. But for this one,
This is a mini bag.
okay, a mini bag, handbag.
A handbag, I mean. Fabric is made from fibers that may either be natural or synthetic. Threads come from fibers that may be natural or synthetic. Fasteners are devices used to easily close and open the openings of different garments. I turned the fabric after sewing the surroundings.
It's like a bonnet.
Ito yan
Pot holder ata yan, pot holder. So when you use that one in going to SM, they can easily get your packet.
So this is a sling bag. Ang galing, oh. The flower is exactly at the center of it and even on its other side.
Okay, stitch it na.
I am now stitching the string into the bag. This is so easy. After sewing, I ironed these fabrics. See? Here is my output. Front view, back view.
Can I see the inner? Okay, so that's the inner. She has no money.